You are in the heart of River North at Cyrano's Bistrot and Wine Bar, which actually we celebrate about 15 years in business. We took the name Cyrano's because I am from Cyrano de Bergerac in the southwest of France. I think it was a good pick. Oh yeah, this is authentic. That's really what the food I grew up with. My wife, Jamie, joined me. We have our daughter, Simone, who will take over.
Have you ordered yet?
At the end of the evening, I go to check, table and ask, how was everything. She's my sweetie. And I think, we have a great value. I think there's a sense of great food, great wine. People enjoy what we are doing. When they come to Cyrano's Bistro, they say, wow, this is so authentic. This is so French.
So Dennis, you say that Cyrano's really has it all. Tell us why you picked it.
I've been going to this restaurant for about 15 years now, and what I love about the restaurant is, well, there's so many things I love about the restaurant, but one of the things I love is that Chef Didier Durand does all the cooking, and then his wife Jamie picks all the wines. So you get this great interplay between food and wine, from both the couple's perspective, but then also it's great, wonderful, comfortable French kind of comfort foods. I think a lot of people think of French food and they expect 20 courses of like one bites and something that's very inaccessible, but people forget that French food has great cheeses, great soups, great slowly braised meats that make for an awesome dining experience with some really wonderful kind of comfort foods.
So Joe, when you think of French food, does comfort and approachable come to mind?
No.
I mean, we were talking about Mexican restaurant earlier, and it's like, I don't want to cook, let's just go get a great Mexican meal.
Right.
But do you say that about French food?
No, it's
And
always
why
special
not?
occasions. To me, I would think that it's always going to be a special occasion. Maybe that's part of my experience that I had there. I'm pretty much planted on an Italian, a Mexican, a Puerto Rican, a Ukrainian, a Polish
So, like,
type
when
of
was
food.
the last time you had French food?
About 2 weeks ago, I had French toast.
So, Jahan, with travels with your school for what you do with music, you've actually had an opportunity to visit Paris. What was your visit to Cyrano sort of reminiscent of your time in France?
The dining area was kind of like, local France, the local shops and eateries they have around the town. I think overall the decor, I was a little bit confused because I don't know how well it flowed all together, because I feel like they had one theme here, and then when you walked in the door and like the bathrooms and the bar were like a separate theme.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish it was more flowed together better.
It is a bit of a museum to all things French bistro.
Yes,
and he
absolutely.
literally has, a foie gras museum.
Yeah. That's one of the... I mean, that is one of the reasons I love this restaurant, because every section of the restaurant, whether you're upstairs or downstairs, there's something a little bit different. So when you're sitting there dining, your eyes are just kind of roaming, and you're looking at all the artwork, and the dining area is reminiscent of like a French country kitchen, but then the bar area has a different feel. And then you're listening to music, and it's very French bistro music, and then all of a sudden, kind of like techno French accordion music kind of comes on.
Or as I call it, I'm on the merry-go-round at the carnival for an hour.
Right.
Yes.
We were listening to this French, this is like this heavy vibrato,
Yes.
and all of a sudden I hear Beyonce and Justin Timberlake coming on, and I'm just kind of like,
With some
I don't
accordion.
know
With some accordion.
where that
You got it.
came
That'd
from
be great,
at all.
So Dennis, you say French food is comfortable, it's so soul satisfying. What are some of your favorite dishes sort of fit that bill?
Last time I was there, I had the suckling pig, and gotta love pork, where the skin is just perfectly done, so it has that nice crispness with that layer of fat, and then the succulent pork right under there. My girlfriend had the rack of lamb. Again, great comfort food where you can just eat it with your fingers, and it's served over a bed of like mashed potatoes and ratatouille, and you can just kind of dig into it. I always have the pate because you spread it over the bread, and just it really is a great way to start the meal off.
Pate is not something you make at home.
Definitely. Pate is definitely not, I can make a lot of things at home. Pate is not one of those.
So Jahan, what did you order?
We had steamed mussels that were great, seafood. I'm there. I've never had them cooked that way in those type of seasonings, but they were great. beef Wellington my cousin tried, and it was interesting because they actually had the beef cooked in a pastry. I have no idea how they got it that way, but it was clever to me. I'd never seen it done that way. My mom had a rotisserie chicken, which I tried some of, and it was a little dry. I really like juicy chicken just like falling off the bone, just like in your face flavor when it comes to chicken, because I love chicken. I had the grilled salmon, and I think mine was the best dish. Like, it was just so smooth. I loved it. It was so good. I would definitely go back just for that, because I thought that was amazing.
Joe, what was on your menu?
Well, we did try this, and the tuna was okay, and my wife had the chicken, and I agree. I believe it was a bit dry. My son had steak, and it was okay for me. I guess French food in that capacity isn't for me. But we had a blast. I want to tell you, anybody that's never been to a French restaurant before, at least go check it out.
Absolutely,
just for that,
this is a great introduction.
to get your feel on it.
All right, Dennis, you picked Cyrano. Sum it up for us.
I think it's fantastic comfort French food. The wine selection is great. It's nice to see a beautiful restaurant that's run by a family.
All right, Jahan?
I was glad that I had the chance to try it, and I think that for the most part, the food that they serve there is pretty much an acquired taste. So if you're really into French food, I think that you would enjoy it.
All right, Joe?
I have to agree with Jahan that you need to have an acquired taste for it.
All right, well, you can decide for yourself at Cyrano's Bistro, 546 North Wells, 312-467-0546. They're open for dinner Monday through Saturday. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $50.